Good morning, folks, and welcome to Down Dusty Roads. My name is Colin, and on my channel I document my rides mainly in the Great and Little Karoo, but also hopefully from further afield as time allows. So I'm just going through the Rist now, and today's ride will take us from Oudtshoorn. I haven't bothered to film the first section of the ride, but from Oudtshoorn through the Rist, which is where we are now, through Meiringspoort to Klaarstroom, and I'll probably just quickly stop. I won't go into Klaarstroom because I've done that in a previous video, but probably just stop at, there's a little sort of farm stall type place on the outskirts of Klaarstroom. I think I'll just stop there quickly. And then the ride will be on to Willowmore. So it's basically from Klaarstroom to Willowmore on a gravel road, which runs parallel to, but on the northern side of the Swartberg Pass, the Swartberg Mountains. So yes, from Klaarstroom along the northern side of the Swartberg Mountains, popping out just before Willowmore. And then at Willowmore we'll just grab something to eat, show you around the town a little bit, and then that'll be the end of the video. I will of course ride back again. The weather is looking a bit funny today, so I'm not quite sure. The light isn't going to be so good. It's overcast, as you can see, but I was keen for a ride, so I thought, why not do a video whilst we do the ride. Well, okay, so that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed today's ride. Thanks again for the continued support on my new channel. I've had a number of comments. Hopefully the people that asked about the sound quality have watched my last video, which was Oudtshoorn to Uniondale, and there I explained how I go about getting my sound recording done. There are massive rocks here above us. There you can see how the rocks are folded over. There's go and have a look. Goeiemôre. Mag ek 'n bietjie rondkyk? Jaguar. This one. Lot of history. These all cine cameras, film projectors. That's a good one. Dead bull gives you biltong.
Meer op die draai. Dat ek eintlik 'n regte offroad kry waar op die pad is en dan is dit 1000 GSA.
Ja. Kijk. Ja.
Ek het geprobeer met die beams, die 1200, 1250. Maar kon nie regkom nie.
Ek Hulle is 'n cookie hoekie. Very interesting fellow, that. Really interesting. I must, next time when I'm sitting here eating, I'm going to get the history behind Dani's vliegtuig. Maar he was saying, Dani, Uncle Dani, he was saying he built this on his farm. So there you can see there's some photographs of the process. And it was licensed to fly because it's been registered on the South African Register, Zulu uniform. So there we go. Fantastic. All right, onwards and upwards. So this guy is a Suzuki man. Oh, that was interesting. Right, so we start the main part of the ride. 92 kilometers to Willowmore. It's a great pity that it's overcast because you really do lose the colors. And the colors on this mountain range, the Swartberg mountain range, really do make it impressive. So this road, other than the beauty of the Swartberg Mountains, there's nothing too special about this road. The one thing that you do have to watch out for on this road is that it has many of these little unexpected gullies where the water crosses from the one side of the road to the other. So from the high-lying side to the low-lying side, the river, the water comes down off the mountains and crosses the road. Usually under the road, there's usually a system of pipes that take the water under the road. However, if you have a little bit too much rain, sometimes those get washed away, and you can be surprised because the road looks straight. If you go too quickly, suddenly you come across one of these dips in the road, and it can catch you unawares, and you can find yourself approaching these dips at way too fast a speed. It's one thing to come through the dip too quickly when the road condition is okay, but it's another thing altogether when you come through the dip and before you realize that the road's washed away, and now you're going way too quickly. So I'll show you a couple of examples of that. I don't know if we'll get anywhere. The road's been washed away recently, but these gullies have come up unexpectedly on you. Veld's looking rather dry. Yeah, lots of dorpers. Lovely old farmhouse down there, Cape Dutch style. Not sure that you'll be able to see with this camera. It's probably a little bit far. Guy's got his Lucerne lands here. Such a pity about the light, because without the sun being out, everything looks so flat. If we come down here with a group of guys, we very often bring some wood and some boerewors and a chop or two. And we stop here and make a fire in one of the little rivers that crosses the road. I mean, there are a couple of bigger ones across the road. And we stop and make a fire. Lovely way to spend the day. Now, if you come down here too quickly, you can get caught out. So that's sort of a place where we would stop and make a fire and make a braai. Some boer goats. And a border collie charging after the bike. Oh, there's a bit of water here. So here's one of these gullies. The felt is really dry. See that? That was a steenbokkie. You see, when it does come down, it comes down pretty hard. Okay, so just stop for something to drink. The sun's trying to come through. I hope it does. It will make things a little more pleasant from a, well, not really a temperature point of view, although it is a bit cool, but it will give us some more colors in the mountains and stuff. It's already quite a sort of arid and fairly dull color scheme anyway, so when there's no sunlight, it makes it a whole lot worse. Yeah, so a pleasant road. So far, none of the gullies have been too washed out, so it's all good. There's some Dorper sheep. Lovely to be out on the bike again. These ones without the cement causeway are usually the ones where you pick up problems because they obviously wash away and they can get sandy. All for sheep again. Got a bit of water. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this is either the olifants or feeds into the olifants. Maybe it will say here. Okay. Past it. It's a road I should do one day. Haven't done that road. Angora goats. And some sheep as well. Blue crane. It's our national bird. Pair of them. That's lovely. Sure. See if I can. They're too far away now. That was lovely. Bit of interest in the road again. It's not so dead straight. There you can just see Willowmore in the distance. I don't know if you'll be able to see it there, but probably got 10 k's to go. This looks like the last farm before getting to Willowmore. Tiny bit of water. So this is Willowmore. Lovely old Victorian style houses with the covered verandas. So there are a couple of nice places to eat in Willowmore. I'll just go quickly past the one that I'll probably end up at. These two guys, woman and man, are drunk as can be. They were having a fight now when I came around the corner. So that's the hotel. That's quite a nice place to stop if you're in a group of guys riding. This place here, Kaput. I'm going to stop here. That's one of my favourite spots. This was Willowmore Station when the train still ran. So see, this structure here was used to fill the old steam trains with water. And the Baker's Dam, the dam that the town now uses for its water supply, was built in, I think, 1964. I think that's correct. But it was originally built in any case to supply water to the steam trains that stopped over here in Willowmore. So that structure there was used to hold water and then loaded onto the steam trains. So I'll come back to eat here at Kaput. As I said, there's the red bridge for pedestrians. They have a synagogue here that was built in 1980. The town had quite a good Jewish community at a point. There's a Methodist church. The town itself was laid out in 1862 on the farm, the Willows. Let's go and have a look at the church. That's a bit of a sad story, the church. So this is the current Dutch Reformed Church. The original Dutch Reformed Church was built in 1864. And a couple of years later it was demolished. And another church was built. And I will try and dig out a photograph of that church, because that was much more like one of the old Karoo churches that you normally see And that beautiful old building, believe it or not, was demolished and that's to be replaced by this church, which was, I think, built in 1964. And they wanted to go with a more modern look. Now, if you ask me, I don't know what it's like inside, but if you ask me, it's a bit of a downgrade from the church that they demolished in order to replace it with this. So the interesting thing about this church, the top part of the spire was replaced in 2021 because in, I think it was April of 2021, it was hit by lightning, the original spire, and was damaged. And then in May of 2021, it was further damaged by huge winds in a storm. So they replaced the top part of the spire after that storm in 2021. So the town hall is straight ahead here on the right. That was built in 1896, as was the jail. I'll just stop here and have a quick look. Yes, so built in 1896. A couple of other interesting things in the town. There's a Willowmore taxi with a donkey cart. Usually stops up there and he charges you to take a photograph and he charges you to take a ride around town. So the donkey cart usually stops around here somewhere. This place here on the left, Belly Deli, that's a nice place to stop to. As you can see, a couple of bikers there. I prefer to stop at place Kaput. Right. Let's go and have a look down here. I think the old jail is up here too. It's a lovely spot here. Beautiful. These little Victorian cottages, one by one linked onto the next, also lovely. Oh, this is the synagogue. It's looking in pretty bad shape. It's going to collapse. Let's have a look at that. Oh, that's a great shame, huh? That's a rather serious crack up there. Let's see. There's one that side beginning too, but not as bad. You can see the Star of David, the top just. Let's show you around this place a little bit quickly. And the jams, all sorts of bits and pieces, various foods, the skate, rusks. interesting. Some lovely old furniture. Well, folks, that's the end of the video today. I hope you've enjoyed it and hope you'll join me next time when I once again travel down dusty roads.